Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button, and I greatly appreciate everyone who takes the time to hit that like button. It supports the channel, it keeps the channel going, so thank you very much. Today we're here to talk about the Taurus new moon, and it's happening around April the 22nd and 3rd. You will feel that energy coming in. If you're wanting to do a new moon ritual, new moons are about setting new intentions, planting those seeds, starting a new cycle. We go from the new moon right around to the full moon and complete a cycle. And this gives us a time to review, reset, start something new in a new way. So that's just for the new moon energy. And with new moon rituals, ceremonies, setting intentions, manifesting your new list, whatever you want to do, what you want to do is do it around 3 days, within 3 days of the new moon. Okay, so maybe do some little bit of thinking or meditating or tuning in for that, to do that. But we're going to talk about the Taurus new moon because we've got some interesting energies going on. We'll get some spirit messages, some cards, and at the end I want to talk about some other information that I have been hesitant on bringing through. Spirit has told me it's not time yet, and I feel it's okay. It's time to bring it out, but it probably won't resonate, or people won't connect to it or see the results till 7 to 9 months. So I'm just going to go along with that. And it's a different aspect, it's a different way of looking at things, with some energies coming on that are going on currently that we need to be aware of in the future, that we are moving into. So we're kind of giving you the heads up that we're moving into this energy. And for me, it's an aspect that I haven't heard other people talk about very much, but we will look at that. So the Taurus new moon. Taurus is the bull connected to the earth. It's very secure, very stable, very steadfast, very determined energy. Possibly very set energy in the way they do things. And what we're going to see around this new moon energy is we are going to see some extra tension and challenges, because there is this conflicting energy that's going on that I can pick up here and feel and tune into. So, as well as some placements astrologically. So we're going to just look into that. So here are some of the things that will come up around the new moon. There's some other aspects here that I want you to take into account. There's a sun moon conjunction with Uranus, Taurus, squaring Saturn 1 degree of Aquarius. So that is all about economic, financial volatility, and instability. And we all know that Taurus energy is about stability and security. So we do have a bit of that going on. And we're probably all aware of it. We're probably all feeling it anyway. But there is an aspect here where it is going to come in a little bit more. We have the sun and the new moon, squaring and highlighting what is to come in 2021. And it's actually squaring, and that'll go all through 2021. And it actually hits exact in February coming up. So that'll be interesting. So whatever we're seeing now is giving us the heads up. It'll square in February, and it's what's to come in 2021. So pay attention to what's going on now. So people, place, situations, how you feeling, what you're doing. All right. Taurus rules money, wealth, currencies. We're going to see this ease in May. And watch the changes that are slowly starting to happen, because it's going to retrograde in July until through to December, when Saturn comes into Capricorn into Aquarius. Saturn, Capricorn into Aquarius. So Saturn and Capricorn are all about control, restriction, confining energy. So we're seeing a lot of economic, it's uncomfortable. It's bringing an uncomfortable, very uncomfortable energy about what is, keeping things as they are, because Taurus wants to keep things as they are. And we have a Uranus aspect, coming in here, wanting to break things up, which is interesting. This is this conflicting energy that I keep getting. It's hard to tune into because Uranus wants to break things up, change things, bring a higher level of being, show you a new way, expand a new way. It brings it out of nowhere. It can bring through hints of wisdom and insight but like a lightning bolt of thoughts and ideas and wisdom and alert you to something. But in that, we can feel very uncomfortable. And we like to keep things as they are, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Now, when I talk about this new moon, that's the new moon energy. But you've got to remember, this is happening to us on all levels at the moment, with the 2020 laying new foundations. We've still got the 2019 energy for some people who haven't had their birthday, still closing out their karmic cycles or reinventing their karmic cycles. They aren't closed out till December. We've got a mixed energy going on. We've still got people going through their karmic cycles, reinventing them, going through I call it going through the trash, working out what they're keeping, what they're not, what they're reinventing. Those who are having their birthdays are hitting that 2020 energy, setting a foundation. You've got the whole year to set it, but it's birthday to birthday. But with this Taurus energy, wants to keep things set. It wants to keep things as they are. And Uranus is coming in, trying to give change, shake it up, higher level stuff. So around the new moon in Taurus, we are going to feel some extra tension around changes or the changes we need to make. And a lot of this, physically changes, but this is deeper. This is deeper. This is on an internal level. Okay. Taurus is the earth, connected to your security, your stability, feeling safe, feeling secure, your foundation. Think about the Taurus energy, likes stability, okay, likes things a certain way. And it's got determination. The Taurus new moon has Taurus has a determined energy, okay? So this connection, determined deep earth connection at the moment. And we're in Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. New moon in Taurus season. Fabulous for the Taurians or Taurian placements in your chart. And if you need to know your chart, there's a link below that you can click on and get your chart and find that out. So this deep down connection to our earth, ourselves, our base, our security and stability, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, we're doing it on all levels. But we want to connect deep down into these senses of our needs and our needs being met, and are they being met or not. And I'm talking about a deep set foundation, the foundation which you run on or from, build from, work from, your base. So we've got a lot of that coming in around this Taurus new moon. So it's very interesting. So it's not time to make changes. It's not time to take action. It is time to prepare, review, churn the garden, getting ready to plant the seeds, plant your intentions, plant your manifestations, look at things a new way and allow those changes to come in, not with that locked, set Taurian energy, because we have Uranus there. And it's conjuncting the moon, challenging the moon. There could be added pressure to make things happen, or we feel we need to make things happen. And if we can't physically, we're doing it emotionally. And it could be our belief systems. It could be patterns, people, places, groups, things you're connected to, your foundation. So no digging your heels in, and it is time to break the mold and change tact and turn that corner and break through, try something different. We've got all this going on, but slow and steady. Remember the bull. If you're starting to, it's slow and steady. It's not make the changes. It's slow and steady and thought out and steadfast. Like when you plant seeds in a garden. So Uranus could bring that lightning bolt and dislodge anything that is stuck or in your way. So if things are leaving, changing around this new moon, or you need to change or leave a situation or whatever that is for you, that is going to come up in the energy. You are going to feel that coming up, and we're reviewing. We're going slow and steady, remember. And it can sometimes be a lightning bolt and so out of nowhere. Okay? And when it's like that, it can be very uncomfortable, in an uncomfortable way, or we have to deal with something very uncomfortable. There's a lot of that going on to reset foundations. Okay, so it's time to consider the steps for your future, not take them necessarily. And so it's a very conflicting dynamic. That's all I can say, because Taurus is set, steadfast, stable, security, grounded. All of our senses are going to be heightened. And Uranus is coming in, shaking things up, breaking things up, making you uncomfortable in your comfort zone, in your Taurian comfort zone. And what's happening? Why all this is happening? Why all the shake-ups happening? Forget about the pandemic and all that. This is happening anyway, is because it's trying to set a new frequency, or set frequency matches Earth foundation, to our foundation, our new foundations, what we need on a deep desired level. So that's very interesting, that energy going on. Now add in lockdown, pandemic, restriction, sitting in your stuff. No distractions, can't be distracted, well, kind of. But emotions have come up. We're looking deeper into our reality, into our foundations, into what's working, what's important, what's really important, what's being met, what needs are being met and what are not. So we can add that in, and you can listen to my other videos about all of the moon cycles and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We've got this going through all year with that, with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, transformation, the tests, the exams, to see what you're going to do, what you're going to do, what changes you're going to make, what changes you need to make to set a new foundation. So we've got all that energy going on. And I did pick some beautiful cards from the Mystic Shaman Oracle deck before, and it was interesting because the fire card came out. You know, we're locked in, we're locked down, shut down, to burn away. Fire's about burning away. And the gatherer here is to look at your current environment. Look at what you've got, what's going on for you spiritually around you, what's being provided, what's not being provided on all levels. People, place, situations, in your systems that you live in your relationships, in your friendships, how you are, your foundations, all of that. But Spirit's saying take a good look around you and connect in. Really stop, sit, don't be distracted, take that time, as we're trying to burn away old patterns, old beliefs. It's time to, you know, shake it up. It is time to do that. And the 1 and the 9 is a 10. Fire is a 10, completion of a cycle. We've got here, we're reinventing a cycle. Have a look at what you got, what you haven't, what your needs are being met, where your needs are not being met. You know, look at, but in a foundation way. a deep connection to the earth, to your foundational way of living, being, doing, connecting, relationships, or your sense of security, stability, whatever that is. And the vision quest is all about spending time alone, particularly in nature. Taurus new moon, connected to the earth, connected to heightened senses, peaceful, wants to bring in peace and stillness. The bull is about stillness. Bulls don't generally run around a paddock unless they're provoked. They're very still. They stop. They go inward. They're very connected to their very present moment and burning away what's coming up. And when we go on a vision quest, as you know, you hear about vision quests and a lot of tribal, what is it? The sweat lodge, doing sweat lodges and things like that. You face your fears. It's time to face your fears. It's time to, that's what I meant by the exam. Saturn's sort of going, here's your exam. Pluto's going, here's all your stuff that you didn't see or you didn't want to look at. The underworld, the corruption, the where you're lying to yourself, others are lying to you, all that underworld stuff that we don't really want to look at. And we're being locked down in an energy where they're really making us face our deep realities, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And now they're saying, now you're going on the vision quest. Now you're going to face it. It's time to face and embrace and meet face to face with spirit, because spirit's trying to bring things through to you. Messages, connections, frequency matches, soul family, soulmates, twin flames, people, places, situations. It's time. Vision quest is you go on to the unknown. A vision quest is like visions coming through from spirit. You come out awakened, enlightened, saw things that you weren't seeing before. Uranus shaking it up. So it is that time. We do have that going on here. And it's all because Spirit's trying to connect to you so that you can receive the answers that you need at this time. So you do have to tap in very deeply. And wherever you feel stagnant, go on, let's call it your vision quest, and a vision quest brings you a new perspective. It burns away illusion and delusion. It makes you look at what's real around you and what's real, truly real, on a deep foundational level of where your needs are being met, or your desires, that your desires are being met more than your needs. So that's very interesting. We'll pull a few cards just for the spirit, just while I see any more energy, anything more that needs to be said or come through. So I'm kind of loving this Taurus energy, because we'll feel like we can get our strength back, and we're determined to make changes, and we're determined to shake off all this stuff and get on with it, but not in the same old way. Or where do we need to shake it up, change it, have another view about it, have another perspective, do it a different way. A lot of healing going on. And this is cards about, having faith, healing, something deep in us. Childhood wound here. Our abundance is energy, by the way. It doesn't have to be abundance in material. It can be an abundance of whatever, okay? Healing's going on here where our desires are not being met. They're not overflowing on a deep level in your current situation. I think this Taurus new moon is going to bring up where these deep desires are not being met. For your foundation, I'm talking about your foundation for your life, how you're going to function from here on in. Spirit's saying to me, hurry up and talk about the new stuff. And I am hesitant. See, there's that push-pull. There's that energy. Oh, I'll bring it out. Oh, no, I won't. Oh, I'll bring out the new energy, new information. Oh, no, I won't. So there it is right there. I'm feeling as well. And it is time to go on the vision quest. Okay, go into your emotions. And we have to also allow our emotions or get out of our current emotions maybe and go on a vision quest and see things a different way, a new way, an expanded way. Okay, it's time to do that, and that fell on the vision quest. And it's funny, the vision quest is 60, it's the card, it's 6, it's relationships with ourself and others. And Taurus is that home, family, foundation, what we're earthed to, what we're connected to. So that's very interesting. And Taurus is all about our money and you know, our values and our integrity, and what we now value is being changed just by the current pandemic. We're seeing what's really of value and what's really valuable. Now, yeah, it's all about taking you through emotional balance, wanting emotional balance, maturity, stability, new innovation, new ideas have got to come through. There's your Uranus card coming through going, here's a new idea, here's a new way of doing, being. And the Queen of Swords reversed is the Queen of Swords upright can cut, make decisions, move forward, very clear, cut their emotions, make the changes. We're not ready yet. We have to go on the vision quest. So how you think things are for you on a deep emotional base or level, I think we're all still on this vision quest, still being revealed, still being shown different ways, different people, different places, different situations, that we now need to rebuild and set a foundation. So don't get too stuck in your stuff at this time or too set. Now this is going to lead me on, because Spirit keeps coming. Yeah, there we go. Universe, Spirit coming through. Wants to tell about the other information. Now the other information, this is just something that's come through from Spirit for me to share. And I have been hesitant on sharing it. I've had it sitting back here for a little while. So as you all know, the planets are moving into Aquarius. At the end of the year, they were all in Earth, all the planets living under an Earth energy, vibrational energy, Saturn-Pluto conjunction, all the planets are now shifting, and they will end up in December 2020 onwards, all the planets governing under what we call Aquarian energy, the Aquarian age. So we're going from Earth to fixed. This is how you do it. This is how it's meant to be. A, B, C. You should be with that. You should do it like this. That's very Earth energy. Okay? System, structure, that's how it's meant to be. Into quantum. There are no limitations. There are no restrictions. There are no boundaries. There's endless ways to do it. And that's now the beauty, and this is where I'm heading with this, the beauty of the Aquarian energy that we're moving in. So we've been living under this beautiful structured Earth. Oh, that's how we thought world was. That's how we thought reality was. Oh, that's how we thought it was meant to be. Or we were meant to do it, or whatever it is. Or our foundation was set on that. Belief systems, upbringing, consciousness, group consciousness, all of it. So when we move into the Aquarian, it's kind of unraveling all that we've learned. It's the unraveling of all that you knew, all that you learned, all that you thought you knew, all about security, stability, the foundation, how life works, what you liked, what you didn't like, your deep sense of connection, all of that is changing. Now the Aquarian energy is quantum energy. Now Aquarian's innovation. Technology is going to go through the roof. We're going from constriction and conformity and being conformed and under systems and boxes and structures to none. Endless. Now, highly creative. Our Aquarian energy is all about creativity, expansion of consciousness, evolution in technology. It's fabulously creative energy, but we all have a shadow side. Aquarian energy has the planetary energy of Aquarius has a shadow side. We all do. Every planet, every sign does. Now, this is something that I haven't heard mentioned, and I'm starting to see it come through what's going on now with everybody, well, where I live in Australia, with what's going on with the pandemic as well. Now, Aquarian energy that we're moving into, and I'm already seeing it under the surface happening, is, it's funny, there's the conflicting energy. Saturn-Pluto conjunction, you know, we've talked about before, one world order, more control, cashless society. That's where the energy's going. But then we've got that Aquarian energy going expansion, no conformity, no this, no that, you know, freedom, expansion. So we've got this battle, like a war going on. Energy. So we're moving into that and we're all conflicted, and that's why we're all conflicted in our own personal values and stuff that's going on for us. Aquarian energy is creative, expansive, quantum that it is disconnected from the heart, from the emotion. There's detachment. And what I'm seeing is we've come from a very earthy energy. And during, you know, the last several years, 10 to 7 years, we saw an epidemic come through of a lot of narcissism. Narcissistic was the word of the last decade. Yang energy, earth energy, solid energy. It's obvious, you know, and we've all been in it, around it, energetically. It's been prevalent. Aquarian energy, it doesn't like confrontation, it doesn't it's detachment. So what we're going to see, and we've got this energy coming through, is the covert energy coming in and under. And I'll give you a few examples, and I do have to be very careful what I say here. Take this for example. It's like when an epidemic happens and things are slipped under the table without anybody seeing. And it's moving into, and we're moving from this, it's like it's unprovable. Where it came from, who did what. So at this time, we are going to see this energy. We're moving into a more covert energy. So I'm going to call it like a narcissistic control, because like a control energy. When I say that, I mean like a controlling energy that's very passive aggressive, very under the table, very quantum-y, like who does own that? And whereas before it was a very yin, very yang energy into very yin energy. So we do need to watch that with people, places, situations. And everybody's talking about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the control and the, you know, cashless society that we've been talking about for years. Astrology's been talking about this for years coming in. Cashless society, one world order, all of that. It's been going on forever. Long time been talking about it. It's coming in now with all this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, Saturn moving into Aquarius. You know, we're getting out of restriction, so they're going to try and restrict. Conflicting energy all the time. And that's what a covert energy is. Overt, let's use narcissistic, overt energy, control energy I'm talking about, just energy as a control, is very yang, very obvious, very out there, we all see it, we know it. This is a little more serious because it's very covert, very yin, very quiet. So just keep that in mind. And I know this information's not going to resonate at this time, but in 7 to 9 months, I'm even going to go back and look at that. I'm already seeing things in systems, and nothing seems, there's a lot of confusion, covert. Nothing's direct, nothing's clear. A lot of things going on under the scenes, behind the chaos. So we need to be aware of that. And because we need to be aware of that, this is where what I'm getting to. They're just energies. I'm talking about actual narcissism. I'm talking about the energy of those things. Now, here's what I want to say, and it'll be in all people, places, situations, our systems, where we're going. At the current moment, with Uranus and Saturn, Pluto and Aquarian and all these other aspects going on all year right through to 2020, it's trying to wake us up. It's trying to show us what needs to be shown so that we can make changes and be aware and do things a different way, or see things a different way in all of our systems, all of our foundations, and how we think life should be, how we think love should be, how we think relationship should be, whatever it is. But here's the thing. Be aware that we're moving into that other energy and we're not aware of it. And it is a bit hidden at the moment, but we're seeing it. And and confusion is also created in that energy. It's not direct. It's not straightforward. So be mindful of that. And at this time, Aquarian, free thinking, moving into a universe of free thinkers. So we want all information out at this time. That's what Pluto brings out, the hidden, brings it up, brings up the shadow, the hidden, the covert, the power struggles, manipulation. So there's a lot of that energy going on in all aspects of our lives right now, even with ourselves, okay? So take this on board and think about it, and deeply think about it, like take a step back from it and watch and listen. But I can tell you now, we need to move into a world of free thinking. You want all information circulating at this time. Take what resonates, what doesn't. Don't shut anything down at this stage. That's what I want to say to everyone out there. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to agree with it, but listen to it. It's like put everything on the table. Look at every aspect. See it all. Hear it all. And come up with your own decision, free thinking. That's how we're going to empower the people, empower our lives and our situation. Not by conforming, constricting, consolidating, locking down, shutting down, right, wrong, good, bad. That's the old energy. We're fighting with that, going into the Aquarian free thinking, free age, reinvention, quantum, none of these little boxes and structures. And these two energies are at war at the moment. Challenging. And in all that chaos, and we've moved out of that earth yang energy into this yin energy, is the way I'm feeling it. So don't come at me, oh, that's not yin, that's not yang. Don't come at me with that. It's an energy that I'm tapping into spiritually, and this is how spirit shows me how to explain it. Softer energy, quieter, that slips under. And we need to be aware. We need to be woke. We're being awakened, and we need to be woke right now. And then 2021 right through to 2024, 25, 26, we're going to go through all these changes. And how we live life is not how we live life. And I don't mean not getting back to normal in our daily lives. We are going to get back to normal. But there's going to be changes of perspective, changes of awareness, restructuring of systems, restructuring of the way we're doing it without the fear. There's a fear of free thinking. There is a fear of everything being out there. There is a fear of not having control. And this battle is going on, whether we like it or not. So take that into consideration. In this information, I have no intention to offend anybody. This is just something that came through from Spirit. I've been very hesitant to try and put it out there. I don't even know if I've put it out there in a clear way, but it was something that came up that needed to be said that I know won't sort of really hit home or be aware or awaken for 7 to 9 months. Some of you are like, no, we're on it, we get it. But this is on a deeper level. So take a step back. We're going to see it from that level. Then we're going to take a step back and go, ooh. And then we're going to take a third step back and go, now I'm seeing the whole picture of what's really going on here energetically. So there is a lot. So I would suggest now, around this Taurus new moon, to drop into the now. Drop into the ever-present now. Do your healing. Cleanse, connect to the earth, connect to nature. Even if you just go outside and sit on the lawn, whatever it is, earth connection. Get your energy aligned, clear, heal, burn away the what needs to go right into the ever-present and go on your vision quest and look. Vision quest is about seeing everything in what you didn't see. Okay, so healing, energy, connect, clear your aura, spend time clearing and cleaning and cleansing your aura. Taurus will give you that energy and that boldness and that determination to get up and do it, but slow. What you're doing now, from now through to the end of the year, we are setting we're setting frequencies and we're setting matches. We're matching to frequencies. Frequency matches. Okay? That's what this is all about our foundations that we're built on. So there's a lot going on here. Look, I hope this has made sense for you and to you and helps you in this time. But even I've sat here very conflicted about putting it out, not putting it out, taking action, not taking action. So I might even talk about this again at some stage. We'll see. But don't get into the fear, because we do have that financial volatility, instability. We have to raise above it. Remember, it's the people power. There's more people power than system power. Own your power, empower yourself, and watch, step back and watch and quiet, listen, go inward for yourself personally and outwardly in the physical world that we're now all dealing with and the changes, and watch what's happening. Don't react. Watch what's happening and start setting new intentions in your free thinking mind. What's right for you, what's true for you, what sounds right and true for you. And let's set that foundation. Thank you, everyone. I hope this has helped you. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe, and we will see you next month.